2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. The Rockets have to feel pretty good about their recent play. What a year they're having. They've run up the best record in the NBA with some absolutely flawless performances. They've been a fun team to watch over the first half of the season. And the clock ticking down to tip off. Kenny, you won 2 championships, might I remind you, back to back. Explain to us the makeup of a champion.
Well,
and not the makeup you're wearing right now,
I never
but the makeup of a championship team.
However, number one is to believe. You have to believe and trust in your teammates. Trust is the most important thing. And most people think trust comes from on the offensive end, but it's trust on the defensive end. Meaning, Ernie, if I'm going to send you baseline, I said that's the game plan. I have to trust that my teammate's going to be there. And I'm going to do it regardless if he misses his assignment 1 or 2 times. That's the trust you have to have.
Ernie, you know why I like drinking Shaq Fruit Punch?
Why?
Because it's about finding the right mix. So in basketball terms, it's about coaches, star role players. Everything has to be working together. That's why these guys can be great.
I can't believe that you just promoted one of your products into discussion of what it takes to become a champion in the NBA.
I wasn't really promoting. I was just giving you a Shaqnology.
That's his 12th promotion. I'm going to start promoting things.
I'm not promoting the Shaqnologies. You know what? I won't say nothing else about myself or any product I'm endorsing. Man up, you two.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Dusk settling over Houston, Texas. Boy, what a great shot of the city right there. The Rockets play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Houston, Texas. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers winning their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building. And there's no question it was their offense that carried it.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back. And as a result, they eventually pulled away.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. LaVoy Allen out there with Hill. Then there's Ellis. Then it's Paul George. And it's Hill in at the 1. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Hill drives in. Rebounded by Howard. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against Utah.
And a couple guys got hot early, and then it became contagious. You could see that everybody kind of pitched in when it came to shooting.
Exactly right, Greg. I mean, normally there's a hot shooter. The defense can kind of lock into that guy and then let somebody else get some shots, but that wasn't even an option in that game because everybody was on fire.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden.
That's his 2nd foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden. There's the pick. Howard against Hill. Shot clock at 6. Fires from the wing. Again missing Hill. Rockets are gone. 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Ariza outside. Pass to Capella. Over to the wing. Beverly against Hill. Beverly dishes to Capella. Goes up on the block. Again the Rockets score. Indiana off to a slow start. Looking for their first basket of the game. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, really a rare treat for the fans. The only time they'll get to see this matchup all season.
Interconference action here. 2 games in all between these two teams. It'll be fun to watch.
And the basket by Hill.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Rockets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's the dish to Howard. Ariza kicks to Thornton. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Indiana. Ellis outside. Back to George. From the arc. Good. George has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. This is their first matchup of the season against this squad, and he knows the shot blocking in the middle will certainly be an obstacle. But he said, quote, "We've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack." Guys, he said that putting their bigs in high pick and rolls and shooting the open jumper with confidence will be key. We'll see how they do.
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, guys, they're thinking mainly about how to tackle the defense they're facing.
And that's got to be the focus. It takes a lot of game planning to come up with ways to put points on the board consistently against these guys.
And we know this coach is very comfortable game planning. He'll have a lot of ideas of how to attack this defense today.
Now, here is Hill. 20 points for him last game against New Orleans.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
And stolen by Ariza. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Horton's got the ball. Beverly the pass to Ariza. Houston moving the ball around. And Beverly kicks to Capella. Trains it from 9 feet away. Capella's got 5 men. Here's Hill. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Puts it up from 12, and there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now, here's Thornton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Utah.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Pacers trail by 5. Outside Hill. Screen by Ellis. Hill dishes to Ellis. Ellis draws the double. Passes to George. 5 to shoot. Nobody near Allen. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Ariza outside to the paint. From 7, and it's Houston with another.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Ellis. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against New Orleans. Thornton passes to Beverly. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point, defensively, you have to take something away.
Cannot be happy with how things have gone during this run. I think it's a good decision to take a break.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he had to do something. They're getting buffaloed and beat up. He couldn't let that continue. He had to call the timeout there.
Houston on D. It's a 10-point game. And stolen by Thornton. Pass to Howard. He dishes it to Capella. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Let's take this moment to bring you a leaderboard featuring a very well-rounded group, the top rebounding small forwards in the NBA the last 10 games. Paul George on top.
There are plenty of above-average rebounders at his position, but he is way above average.
Well, it's about his instincts, excellent instincts, and he uses his speed really well to beat bigger guys to the right spot, establish good position, and then haul in those boards.
The Pacers making a change here. Mahimi's checked in. And that good as he hits both of his shots. Pacers trail by 12. Pick up by Hill. Hill sets the screen for Ellis. Outside, George. And nothing is falling for him right now. Houston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Ariza kicks to Howard. Ellis goes in.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board. And his length doesn't hurt either.
That's good from Ariza on the assist from Thornton.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's George. He had 28 points in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Here's Beverly. Paul George making his last shot. Capella kicks to Thornton. Ariza goes in.
Oh, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one is on Ariza.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him working as hard as he did, as well as to the training staff that got him back to be able to play before the end of the season.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Terrence Jones is checked in for Capella. Brewer comes in for Marcus Thornton. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Pick up by Hill. On the wing, Turner, defended by Jones. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Hill penetrating. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Hill's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Howard kicks to Brewer. Outside, Jones. Houston moving the ball around. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And the basket by Hill.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
To the right side. Howard dishes to Ariza. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
One shot.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out.
Houston making a switch here. Moniunas is checked in. The Pacers also with a sub. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for George. And the Pacers call time here.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
Jason Terry, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Now, here's Mahimi, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Lawson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And Montiunas the basket on the assist by Jones.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Stuckey. He had 10 points in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans. To the paint. And Brewer kicks to Terry. Beyond the arc. No good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Hill with it. Now Lawson defending. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Rockets?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Free throw drops for Hill.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Rockets leading by 14. Terry kicks to Montiunas. Lawson in the corner. On the wing, Brewer. He's guarded by Hill. Rocket 6. Montiunas passes to Brewer. A leaner, Jones. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
And so Jones nails both of them. Now looking at Terrence Jones, he really has a complete game. His ability to make a play at the rim, hit 35% of his threes. He's a multi-dimensional threat. Long player, well-schooled, falls in line, I think, very well with any good team. In this particular case, with one of the playoff teams in the West.
Yeah, he's one of the more efficient players in the league, over 53% his first 3 seasons. So defenses might want to choose to ignore somebody else.
Houston leading by 13. Feeds it to Lawson. Shoots the 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this.
Hill drives in. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Terrence Jones. For Indiana, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Hill. And so it's Houston with it. They lead by 14. Terry kicks to Jones. Takes it up with both hands and grips it down.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
And so here is Indiana following the score by Houston. Pick up by Hill. Stuckey drives inside. And Jones sends it back.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass. And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Here's Stuckey. The Rockets making the shot. Back to Turner. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. Turner's got his first basket.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page. And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Rockets leading by 16. There's the pass to Brewer. Back to Lawson. Terry in the corner. Lawson outside. Just 5 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. Jones from outside. Hill pulls it in. Pacers trail by 16. It's stolen by Jones. And now Terry pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Here is Stuckey. Jason Terry picking up that last basket. Stuckey into the lane. It's deflected. And it's Houston on the break. A pull-up. And Jason Terry again. Terry's got his second bucket tonight.
Running it right down their throats. 3 straight buckets in transition.
Yeah, and they're paying the price right now for the lackluster defense. For me, that's inexcusable.
Lawson. Shot no good. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Rockets lead by 17. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong, and still to this day. That's just the competitiveness that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Pacers. LaVoy Allen out there with Paul George. Then it's Hill. Then it's Ellis. And it's Stuckey in at the guard position. Harrell, he's checked in for Houston. And the shot is good.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
Pacers trail by 17. And here is Ellis. Hill, a screen on Lawson. Stuckey kicks to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls it up. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. George has got 8.
Beautiful shot that time by PG, Paul George, getting it done.
Lawson gets to Ariza. To the inside. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
Stuckey can't get it to go.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Ariza. Paul George making his last shot. Kicks it out to Ariza. And some nice passing there by Houston. Dishes to Howard. That one falls. Coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Stuckey against Lawson. Stuckey dishes to Hill. No good from the low block. Rockets leading by 17. There's the feed to Lawson. And here's Harden for three. Allen with the rebound. Indiana's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Stuckey against Lawson. Stuckey outside. Allen kicks to Hill and stolen by Howard. Now Harden. He's coming off a 19-point game against Utah.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, he looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back, then his body betrays him.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. When Coach addressed the guys in the huddle, his message was clear. Quote, he's who we want getting the bulk of the touches. He is who we want making our decisions. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Now, here's Ariza after Jordan Hill's miss.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
Rockets leading by 19 points. Ariza passes it to Harden. Ariza dishes to Harden. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Harden's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. Had back and knee issues. It's highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important games.
And it's sent back by Howard. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And Harrell slams it in.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Beverly against Stuckey. Indiana again missing.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
And Harrell slams it in.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. And it's the Pacers with the ball. Stuckey kicks to Ellis. Ellis can't get that one to fall either.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
The 3 from Harden, and that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. And that's now 9 points for James Harden. Indiana's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
There's the screen to stop the drought. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Beverly, the pass to Ariza. That drops. Ariza's got 9 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area. He's been an absolute non-factor Zero factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
Back to Harden. Howard in the post. He's against Hill. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
That's exactly why it's important to work hard on the offensive glass, fellas, for chances just like that.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. The Rockets making the shot. Here's Stuckey. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Harden draws the double. Ariza has the open look. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And that's 12 points for Trevor Ariza.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Near the three-point line, it's Ellis. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Pick up by Hill. Ellis dishes to Stuckey. Back to Ellis. Corner shot. And again, it's Indiana converting.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Ellis against Harden. Here's Capella. He had 13 points in the win against Utah.
Yeah, but I also thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game.
Severally, and it's Houston with another.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
It's tipped. It's Harden with the drive. A nice shot by Howard.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Stuckey outside. Here's Hill. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one misses. Houston a whole new 5 on the floor. The Pacers also changing it up. Mahinmi's checked in for Allen. Hill comes in for Ellis. And it's Hill in for Rodney Stuckey. And he sinks the second. Houston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Here's Brewer. A three-pointer off the mark. Indiana's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. George with no one around. Good, the assist goes to Hill. And that's 13 points here for George.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Here's Moniunas. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Indiana's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Hill kicks to Hill. And again, it's Indiana converting.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
And Thornton kicks to Brewer. Back to Thornton. It's tipped. Stolen by George. Outside Hill. To the middle. Here's Hill. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Terrence Jones. The Pacers have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. Free throw drops for Hill.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Rocket shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. Thornton, no good. And, of course, Paul George, a lockdown and throw away the keys level defender. Voted all defense first team back in 2014.
Yeah, and listen, I think we're all anxious to see him get back to the level he was prior to that horrific injury he suffered doing USA basketball. And you know what? He's always going to have a chance to be the Defensive Player of the Year. Let's just hope that this guy can get it all the way back because he is a true credit to our game.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, for Terrence Jones, Clark, a very scary episode to begin last season. He suffered from a rare nerve damage to his left leg.
Yeah, he wondered if he'd be able to play again after missing 3 months. He finally got back out on the court. Good for him because I enjoy watching him play.
And I tell you what, the Rockets are happy to have Terrence Jones back and healthy. They tried to acquire Bosch last season. Looked like they had it, but make no mistake, Jones was always going to be a player not only with tremendous potential, but someone that they view as a valuable commodity on that roster.
Now here is Hill. He has 7. Kicks to Hill. The tray. Cannot hit. And Houston the other way now.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball. And guys, Terrence Jones, good numbers as far as blocks and rebounding and scoring around the rim. He's also shown potential as far as playing on the perimeter. The Rockets hope he can fill that spread 4 role for them moving forward.
Here's the screen. And again, Paul George. George has got 17 now.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
And it's Turner off the drive. Mahinmi passes to Hill. Again, missing Hill.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
There's a screen by Motiejunas. Thornton for 3. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Open shot, George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 4th assist in this one.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
This one for 3. No good. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Rockets ahead, running away with it. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. A pumped up home crowd is our backdrop for this halftime analysis. A big night so far for Dwight Howard. He had 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
You don't have to dig very deep to see why they're getting crushed. Just look at the rebounding stats. They've been weak juice on the glass, and it's going to cost them. Weak juice and barbecue chicken. What a diet. I'm sure they're getting an earful in the locker room right now, and they deserve it, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it.
I appreciate that, Clark.
It's good, Clark. Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Howard. And it's Capella in at the 4 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Kevin McHale. Clock at 2. The 3 from George. Good D by Ariza.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. It's tipped. Now here's Beverly. They double team Howard. Here's Capella. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Capella's got 13 points. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. George against Ariza. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Pacers have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005.
Some nice passing here by Indiana. Outside Hill. Clock at 4. And it's Ellis penetrating. A baseline J off the left rim and out.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Getting back to Monte Ellis. Had he gone to college for even 1 year, I think he would have probably been a top 10 pick. But you look at what he's brought to the table over his career. Points and assists, rebounds, steals, playmaking. His production has been astounding.
You know, he's one of those unsung players. He never gets voted to the All-Star game. Never gets spoken about as one of the top guards in this league. But you look at the body of work and you ask his competitors throughout this league, and they're going to tell you that guy's as tough as they get.
Now Beverly following the miss by Ellis from deep. Here's Capella, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Tries from 16, and the rejection by Harden.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half. 4 for 5 so far. That's their first miss of the second half.
And that one's good. 9 points for Ellis.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
Now here's Harden. 9 points in the game so far. Howard kicks to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Good. Beverly's got his third basket of the night.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And so here is Indiana after the Rockets pick up 3. Hill dishes to Hill. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Harden's got 11.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Now, here's George. 19 points in the game. It's stolen by Ariza. Harden kicks to Beverly. Up the floor. Here's Howard. Finish off the break. 18 points for him. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Now here's Harrell. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Harden, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Stuckey passes to Hill. Jacks up a 3. The Rockets pull it in. Howard's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And the jam by Harden.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Hill with him. He's got 13. Stuckey outside. He feeds it to Hill. Ariza against Ellis. In the corner, Stuckey with it. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Lawson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Howard against Hill. Pass to Harrell. He kicks to Ariza. Down low, Howard through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Now here's Stuckey. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Hill has the open look. Again, missing Hill.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
They get it back. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Terrence Jones is checked in for the Rockets. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Indiana also making some changes. Mahinmi's checked in for Hill. Turner comes in for Lavoy Allen. And it's Hill in for Monte Ellis. Now here is Hill. He's got 13. Got a hand on it. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Brewer with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Lawson against Hill. And Jones sends it back.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter. And that's an understatement.
And that one's good.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Indiana's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. The drive by Hill. It's blocked. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And it's Brewer finishing it off.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. Stuckey up top, guarded by Harden. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And when you talk about all-time career numbers, there is one name in NBA history that shows up time and time again. Wilt Chamberlain, Wilt the Stilt, with 23,924 rebounds. His name synonymous with greatness on the basketball court.
And guys, I don't think there will ever be another player that will dominate their position like Wilt Chamberlain did. And it's those rebounding numbers that paint the picture the most clearly. I mean, Wilt averaged almost 23 rebounds a game. Not just over a season, folks. Over the course of his entire career. 11 rebounding titles, and his career total just shy of 24,000. I mean, nobody in the modern era has even come close to that. Sound offensively. Really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
The Rockets have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Houston on D. Stuckey dishes to Turner. Passes to Mahimi. 6 to shoot. Hill against Terry. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Here's Indiana now. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game is the first and last of their homestand. The dish to Mahimi. With his first shot attempt, Matajunas grabs the miss. Matajunas has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. The Pacers shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Turner with a screen for Hill. Down low. And Turner with the basket on the assist by Hill. Hill's got his 5th assist in this one. And Brewer kicks to Terry. Jones in the post, guarded by Mahimi, and the rejection by Mahimi. And here is Stuckey. It's back to Hill. There's the pick, and there's the defensive 3-second call. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
And so it's Indiana with it. Stuckey. And Jones sends it back. Now Terry. 7 points in the game. Thornton no good.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Thornton against Hill. Left side Turner. He's looking for Mahimi and finds him. 6 to shoot. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. Terry covering. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And another miss. Whew. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here that they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Here's Hill. Jason Terry picking up that last basket. Good work defensively by Jones.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Indiana's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. And it's Marcus Thornton with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Houston making a switch here. Capella's checked in. The Pacers also with a sub. George is checked in. .102 left to play in the third. They set the pick. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's Houston now. They're on a 13-5 run here. And Brewer kicks to Montejunas. And some nice passing there by Houston. He dishes it to Brewer. Lets the 3 fly. Here's Capella. The rebound by Turner. Pacers shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Stuckey against Terry. Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by Houston. Montejunas has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Brewer. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Here's George. Pulls up. And he overshot that one, missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Rockets on top, running away with this one. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. So it's the Rockets now. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. They've got C.J. Miles, also young out there. Solomon Hill is out there with Turner. And it's Whittington in at the 4. A nice shot by McDaniels.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Pass to Whittington to the left wing. Miles dishes to Whittington. Feeds to Hill. There's the screen. Shot clock at 5. And there's Miles. That's good on the assist by Hill.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
And he gets it to go. And 12 points for Jason Terry.
And he's looking to really stretch this lead out, even with the cushion they have, still letting it fly from long range.
Outside Hill. Knocked away. And stolen by Lawson. And now here comes Terry leading the break.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Young outside. Now the pass to Hill. Fires the 3. And the Pacers another 3.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Shot by McDaniels, no good. Indiana's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Boston against Young. Screen by Young. Now Miles dishes it to Whittington. The feed to Hill. Oh, trying for it. Stolen by Terry, all by himself. Here's Lawson, finished off the break.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
There's a good screen. It's Hill on the wing. Whittington, the pass to Hill. Kicks it to Turner. Shot clock at 6. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Whittington. Turner dishes to Whittington. And the Pacers tack on 2 more. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Lawson kicks to Hill. Shot from 12. Tries again. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Turner. Indiana's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Now, here is Lawson. On to Eunice. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Now, here is Hill. Here's Whittington. Rebound by Harrell.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Eunice kicks to Lawson. Houston moving it around. Here's Harrell. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And guys, more and more, we're seeing the league try to protect the health of the players. I mean, you see the evidence on the court. Over the last 5 years, the league has cut down the number of cameramen along the baselines in half, giving these great athletes a little more runway to land safely.
And speaking of more space for the players, there's even been talk of widening the court. What do you think of that, Clark?
Players have gotten bigger and more athletic, so I wouldn't be opposed to maybe widening the lane a bit. I know the owners with those front row seats raking in that cash might not want to expand the court.
And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. Second chance shot. Miles with another miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Young against Lawson. Young passes to Whittington. And Young kicks to Whittington. Screen by Young. 6 on the shot clock. Misses the 3. Rockets have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Oh, they keep the ball out of the cylinder, but pick up a foul in the process. 2 shots at the line. Well, Dwight Howard had that back surgery, and he's had knee trouble, and he is no longer quite as dominant, Clark, as the player we saw back in certainly his younger days in Orlando.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Kevin, he's still in the conversation for best centers in the NBA. I think he remains a superstar big man when he's healthy.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Houston. That one is no good.
And you remember back in Orlando, Dwight Howard, a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, not to mention a slam dunk title. He's lost some of that lift, but still has more than just about any other center in our league.
Houston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. McDaniels kicks to Howard, and it's denied. But he stays with it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Indiana's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed.
And Howard missing a lot of time last season with various knee issues. He's taken his training and conditioning regimen to a new level, it looks like, to kind of preserve his body for the long haul.
Here's a reason. After Indiana gets the 3. They double-team Howard. It's deflected. Young against Beverly. Young outside. And it's Budinger in the corner. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Here's Beverly. He feeds it to Howard. To the inside, Harrell. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Beverly against Young.
Well, you know, we're far enough away from the 2013 draft where we can start to get a feel for just how strong it was. I mean, the initial feeling was it was a weak draft, but there have been some gems coming out of it of late.
And for the 2013 draft class, not sure if there are going to be a lot of all-stars from that class, but there are quite a bit of rotational players that are effective.
And Kevin, listen, there's still a chance to see a couple of all-stars emerge from the class, as there are some elite talents that just need time to grow. And overall, there weren't too many complete misses. Almost every lottery pick is a rotation player at this point.
Miami's checked in for the Pacers.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Pass to Miles. Screen by Young. This is it to Whittington. He kicks it to Miles. 5 on the clock. Stolen by McDaniels. No one near him. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. There's a screen. Young outside. Out left to the wing. And it's sent back by Howard. And it's the Rockets on the break. It's tipped. And Houston again with the bucket.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Brewer is checked in for Trevor Ariza. Hill, he's checked in for the Pacers.
Well, with Steve Kerr and Jason Kidd both coming with no coaching experience over the last few seasons and also having success, I don't know, guys. Maybe we should throw our hat in the ring, but pretty impressive stuff.
That's not for me to do. I've already determined I don't want to coach for a paycheck, even if it is a big one.
Here's Whittington. Hill kicks to Whittington. Here's Buttinger. The three-pointer no good. And so here is Houston. Here's Brewer. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
The Pacers shooting 40% in the fourth. Young dishes to Hill. Pass to Whittington. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
It's always important to have that good interior defense.
And it's Chase Buttinger with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Houston making a switch here. Terry's checked in. And Indiana with a change here too. Turner's checked in. Here's Beverly. They set the pick. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got assist number 8 now on the night. Young outside.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future. Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg. You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Montejunas is checked in for the Rockets. There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon.
Young against Beverly. Turner with a screen on Beverly. The dish to Budinger. Indiana again missing. Houston's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Here's Moniunas. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Moniunas has got 6 points in the quarter. The Pacers shooting about 33%, not happy with their play on that end. On the wing, Hill, covered by Brewer. Outside Hill. Young outside. Clock at 6. Budinger, the pass to Mahimi. He dishes it to Budinger. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Rockets.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't. They not only lightened the load, the bench guaranteed and actually produced the win.
They sure did. And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Howard. And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
Here's Mahimi. It's deflected. And Beverly gets to Harrell. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Ty Lawson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Here is Miles. Terry covering. Miles dishes to Hill. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Nice shot by Terry.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
Lawson's against Young. Hill passes to Mahimi. And Turner kicks to Miles. Connects. The jumper drops.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Dwight Howard. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team. What are your thoughts, Kenny?
There were a lot of things he did well tonight, but nothing topped what he was able to do on that glass. He exploded for 18 rebounds. This was all about sweat, strength, and energy. He battled hard for position on every single shot attempt and was always ready to pounce when the ball came near him.
Well, his ability to get into the paint, get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.